Alright, so here's the trail with these knobby tires on there. Just came back from a ride. 50-mile ride up into the mountains, into the local mountains, local hills. Went through a lot of mud, sand, gravel, steep. Got lost a lot of times, bunch of times. And at one point, went down, took a wrong turn and went down to someone's private property. And I went all the way down into like a really steep, loose, gravelly, soft spot, and I wasn't sure if I was able to climb back out because it was steep and it was so loose. And I was still running the tire pressure. I was still running, the street tire pressure. Honda's recommendation of 25 up front and 30 in the back, or 33 in the back. I think Honda's recommendation is 33. I think I'm running 30 in the back. But anyways, so these knobbies did really well, very well. And you see how dirty my bike is now. Yeah, these knobbies did great. Very good. Very, very good. Yeah, so that was fun. Oof. So yeah, so this bike, it could do it. It's not a, it's a mini dual sport basically. Is what it is. All it needs is the right tires. So the stock gearing here, I still have the stock gearing. So these tires are 3" by 17, so they're basically oversized. They're bigger than the stock tires. And with the oversized tires, you basically it makes the gearing taller. And with the stock gearing for dirt, especially that loose stuff and the steep stuff, it was definitely too tall of a gear. So when I was going up that steep stuff, I just had, it was first gear and that was it. I couldn't get it into second gear. It was just too tall. So yeah, for more dirt stuff, I would highly recommend going with the bigger teeth in the back. And no one mixed anything yet, so because this bike is so new. But hopefully JT or one of the other sprocket makers will. I'm pretty sure JT will. So this is stock is 39. I recommend at least a 41 in the back, but you want to do more dirt stuff, and that's probably what I'm gonna end up doing. I'm gonna end up with probably a 41 in the back, and I'm gonna leave the front as a 14. And I think that's good enough. That's low enough for some dirt fun, but also still fast enough for street, for being on the street. But yeah, wow, what a fun bike. The only bad thing I think about it is that lack of suspension. It's just not enough suspension for one, because it's not a real dirt bike. And the other thing that really got me going down really steep stuff, really steep stuff, really loose, slippery steep stuff. Having no gas tank right here for your knees to squeeze. Boy, that was tough. Nothing to squeeze my knees to, and so basically it's basically just my upper body, my hands pushing on the handlebars, arms pushing on the handlebars, and so that was like, I got tired. My arms and shoulders got tired from that. If you was like a regular dirt bike or a regular dual sport, you would have a gas tank right here and could squeeze your knees there, and it would help. But anyways, yeah, that was fun. Yeah, all right. So let's see what I have now. I have so I guess I should do a little update on because I just did the 600-mile oil change and a valve adjustment. So here's my trip meter. So I did what, 52 miles, right? So let's change it to the odometer. So odometer is 679 miles. So when I changed the oil, the 600-mile oil and the valve adjustment, it was around 627, I believe. 627. So yeah, so this was only a ride I did since I changed the oil and valve adjustment. So yeah, so 50 plus miles. Actually, let's check my my tachometer and see how high I got it up to. Well, actually, that was from before. I know I didn't get it up that high. This is actually from a different ride. Okay, skip that, forget that. But anyways, there's that. So yeah, so back to the valve adjustment and the oil change. So after I did that on this ride here, it felt different. I noticed a difference in the feel of the engine. It was like a lot smoother. It was smoother and it was a little quieter. So I think that was both to the valve adjustment and the oil change. Usually, every time after the oil change, I could always feel a little bit more smoothness on an engine, but also with the valve adjustments too. That also makes it feel run a little smoother too. So here's my little fin valve cover that I got, and I also took my fin valve cover off of my Monkey and I put it on the bottom as well. So now I have 2 fin valve covers, and they're not. Whoa, that's hot. Okay, I was gonna say they're not that hot, but it's hot. Yeah. So that was fun. Very, very fun. So yeah, so this is more than capable of what it is. Oh, so other thing I was thinking of too, of this, was the ABS. I was thinking about the ABS because this thing only has ABS in the front, right? There's no ABS in the back. So here's the ABS ring, right, for the front. And the back actually doesn't have any ABS at all. So there's no ABS at all in the back. So no ABS at all in the back. So on going up even steep or whatever I was doing, all the sand, gravel, the ABS didn't really kick in. I don't think I felt it at all. I didn't. Well, I think I on this ride, the last ride, I think I only felt it maybe once or twice when I purposely just grab a fistful of brake. I think that was the only time that I felt it, but that was like I was doing that on purpose just to see if I could feel the ABS. But otherwise, when I was going down all the steep stuff, I was in first gear, engine braking, and I was also using both front and rear brake, and these knobbies, they're actually very grippy for dirt. But when I was riding, both front and rear, they're very grippy, and the ABS did not kick in at all. So I was actually, so that was good. It felt like it wasn't even there, basically. So it's very, some people were complaining about, oh, it doesn't need ABS, blah blah blah. It realistically, it didn't feel like it was even there at all. So, so ABS is, it's fine. It works when it needs to, and it's not there to interfere with you when you didn't need it to be there interfering with you, basically. And I think if I could recall, somewhere in the owner's manual, Honda says the ABS only works down to I think 6 miles an hour. Anything more than that, it will work. But anything less than that, it will 6 miles an hour, unless it won't work. ABS will deactivate, and it will lock up. But at that speed, that's like a jogging speed. So it doesn't matter if it locks up or not. You should still have control at that speed. Let's see. I didn't have any problems with clearance, I don't think. I did get caught into a big rut, a very big rut, where my wheel was like, oof. I was like, shit. That was actually when I went into that went down someone's private property. I didn't know it was private property. And there was this big ass rut, and I was like, oh shit. And I got caught in it for a little bit, and it went down pretty deep, but I didn't actually notice anything. Let me look down here. I don't see any scratches. Well, there's so much mud and dirt down here, I can't tell anyways. But anyways, yeah. Let's see what else with this bike. Riding all that dirt and mud and stuff. The auto clutch did fine. Again, I think the gearing for dirt riding is a little bit on the tall side. So when you're too tall and you're trying to go climb something or something that's too loose or whatever, the clutch will slip. It will definitely slip on you. So there's some of that really steep stuff. I had to use first. I couldn't, I can climb up on second because the gearing is just too tall. So I think that's about it. Yeah. All right. Thanks for watching.